Hello there. It's that magical event. It's about the events. Didn't mind myself a drink. So I might be thirsty. I feel like I will be thirsty, but I can talk at full volume because it is the daytime. I usually stream at night. Today is I have an opportunity. The babies are out of the house. Burnout, how you doing? Not bad, not bad. I've got a little minute. I found a spare minute to do a daytime stream. What have you been up to? I want to make some dubstep slash garagey kind of thing. Just chilling. It's a good thing to do on a Sunday. Right, why is there no sound? Oh, there. I think I made some of my own. Where was it? User. There it is, user. Oh, I haven't made any presets yet, and you can kick too. Okay, that's okay. I'll do it another way. Okay, that's too long. It's the tail. Needs to be shorter. So just take any. All the click lengths are too long for most of the music I make. Click's too loud. I mean, there's a million jobs I have to do around the house, but this is a rare occasion where I get to do stuff in the daytime. So this is how it's going down. Okay, then we're going to go straight in with the rim shots now. My new favourite percussion. There we go. I want to record my own rim shots. I have 2 snare drums. I don't have a full drum kit. I'm not even a drummer, but I did buy ages ago a cheap snare drum, a metal one, a metal case, and then I was given one. Like I can't remember where it came from. And it sounds terrible, that one. I want to, and I got like I've recorded drum and bass tunes ages ago. I mic'd up the snare in a million different ways and just was hitting it to record loads of samples. And there were some usable ones in there out of the 100 or a few hundred that I recorded. But I'd like to do some rim shots now. I think I've still got a drumstick lying around somewhere, so I want to see what, because there's so much variation you can get in a rim shot if you think about it. We had this chat where there's like the wood type of the drumstick, and then the rim type of the material. If it's wood, it's probably going to sound amazing, but mine's a steel one. So, but I think I want to collect percussion, especially if it's cheap or free. If it's on Marketplace and it's a £5 and it's like I can make a track around that sound, just the one single sound it makes. You probably get more than one sound out of it, but yeah, it kind of helps. It could be a seed for a track, I think. You've been producing much burnout? I've just been like, just pretty angry at the US TikTok ban. Like, I don't even. I mean, I suppose it does. It does affect me a little bit, but it does. It's, if it happened in the UK, obviously it'd be like really bad. But I feel for our American, like us, the version of us, not the government, just the people of America, who are being told what they can and can't think. It's just like outrageous in a land of freedom and First Amendment. Mental. I don't think they're going to take it lying down though. Yeah, do you have a producer you work with? Oh, okay, right. Yeah, I've seen his beats. There's quite a lot of stuff. Ah, right. Yeah. Always coming out with something new. I've not actually. This is the first time I've started something new for quite a bit because I'm in a sort of a mixing, finishing mode, which takes a lot longer. I'm like cycling through about 6 to 12 tracks, and it's taking. It always does take ages because some of them, some bits in it still need changing and like rewriting. It does take a while. There's one rim shot. Let's get another one. So we've got a few, you know. I need some hi-hats then. I like these lo-fi ones. I went on Loop Cloud and just looked under Lifer because there's so many. There's so many one shots on there. It's like you never get through the list. So if you just take a random, I think I'm more gonna go for a lo-fi one than a house one. Gotta shoot. Take care, mate. Thank you. See you soon. I've got some symbol. Try those two. I might have to bring up XO for this next one. For finding some hi-hats. Let's zoom into the hi-hat area. Oh. Something slowing. Oh. Let's just grab a few. It's almost random this bit when I do this, but I know the sounds I don't like, or that I don't want right now. So it's kind of, it isn't random. It's just for that. So I get to choose from all the other ones, and because I'm picking at speed. I don't want to spend time choosing. I just want to like pick stuff. and it could define the sound of the track, or it could be something that is a stand-in that I replace later on, which is not ideal. I don't think you really want to replace sounds later on because it just makes the finishing process longer, mixing process longer, until you figure out why doesn't it sound right, and then you go, oh, this hi-hat might be why, and then you spend time finding a better sound and even that might not work. So there's short sounds up there. I do want to try it like that. 909 type. That. Classic. That's from the Emu. When I had an Emu and loads of sample CDs that came with it. Hi, G. George. Did you just... Wait. George G. Did you just change your name? Or have you just two of you with black profile? Hello, G, anyway. Hi. Is that MIDI? This is... It is MIDI. It will be triggered by MIDI, internal MIDI, yeah. Pro Tools, no, this is Ableton. I've never used Pro Tools. I did consider it once, a long time ago, because in college, I'm not sure if they use it in one of the big studios in college. They had a 24-track tape machine in there as well, which was like, we never got to use, but it was there. It was fucking huge. You just look at it and you go, that would be nice to have, or even use. Well, some of these samples are corrupt. Nab that one. I'm just making a drum kit at the moment. I do this. I used to do this for every single track, and I can never. I should probably save the drum kits of the successful tracks and try and reuse them. If I can have a drop-in drum kit that I can use at speed, that's like one of my own drum kits. It's probably save me time, but I never do it. Why do I do it? Because I think it's because I just love building a new kit every time. Because it's like going into a sweet shop and having a lucky dip or a pick and mix. It's like, oh, I'll have one of them. The adult version of well, that sounds bad. Not an adult version of something, but like it is like an all ages pick and mix, where you don't get fat, and instead your brain gets fat or something. I'll try like an alternative hi-hat. I think that's enough for now. I usually fill up my rack as well. I should probably put some open. Oh, these are opens, of course. That's not open, but oh yeah, tambos. I'm into tambos, not lambos. Have I even spelled tambourine right? Tambos, not lambos. I mean, it'd be nice to drive a Lambo, but I just think of them as gas guzzlers. They're probably not. I mean, if you put your foot down, it probably is. That's a really old sample as well. Yeah, I just chuck a couple of... Problem with tambourine samples, right? If they don't sound the same... Oh, that's a right-hand one. they sound so different, and then like usually two different tambourine samples don't sound right together because they're tuned differently in a completely different tambourine. So it's one of those instruments where you're probably best buying a tambourine, pretty decent one, and you'll probably get one second hand. Probably even build your own, I don't know, and record that live into the track you're making, and take a loop of your best take, because obviously, unless like me, I can play stuff live, but it's shaky. It's the rhythm. This is why I use a computer to do the rhythm stuff for me, because I'm not a live performer. I'm a DJ. I can DJ. I love DJing. Anyway, that'll do for now. I think with this is from an Akai promo CD. This one. I think if you went for that down that route, it would have the same tambourine and like 20 or so samples of that tambourine doing a different noise with it. That's probably a good way of keeping them all sounding the same if you were to do it that way. Did I already thank you, Babby, for following? Right. So there we go, another drum kit that I'm not going to use outside of this project. I know, actually thinking about it, so I don't save the drum kits, but I do sometimes save this. So I'll save a project, I'll do something, save it, bounce it, and then I'll load up the same project again and delete everything except the drums and just use the drums that are already there. That's a good way of saving time for sure. Okay. Oh, that's my phone. That noise of the phone drop. The universal phone drop noise. Bum ba bum. Wherever you are in the world, you know what's happened if you hear that noise through like the ceiling or the floor below. Bum ba bum. Or bum ba bum. That's a good one. Should I try that? See, it's good having a few loaded up here, because when you come to mix it later, you can just go and it might fit the mix. It might solve all your mix problems. Probably not that much longer, actually. Maybe half an hour. Until the babies get back. They were late to leave with mama, so their mama, not my mama. Garage. So I'm thinking of Sesko, because someone got me onto a Sesko tune ages ago now on the live stream, and I was like, this changes things. And it was kind of garage, so I guess that's what I'm doing now. We have to have some. Oh, it is by default. That's good. Like I set this up. This is my default project, and I've forgotten how I set it up, but I set it up so that the first part you put in already has swing on it. But it doesn't feel like it's got swing on it. Turn it off. Oops. It's falling. Why does that sound the same? 16ths. Timing. Not sure what's going on there. What's this? Auto load. No. That just doesn't sound. Oh, global amount. Why was that turned down? Does that mean all my projects? No, I have to check that next time. So you can hear the swing now. That's better, but too strong, so that I always dial it back because that's 66% swing. I don't know what a full swing is. It might be all the way to a third. But thirds are thirds. If you're working in thirds, just stay in thirds, don't you? But that's better. You can't have garage without swing. I think I should edge towards a bit of a stronger one as well. Because garage is one of the defining features of garage is the swing of the percussion. So the room doesn't sound loud enough, that one. We just put a tiny bit of reverb on it at this stage, this early stage, just to give it hybrid. The reason why I'm going to choose hybrid is because it has a mono. It has an EQ and a mono. I mean, Valhalla Room has a EQ. Well, it has a high mid. Sorry, high pass and low pass, which is super useful. But it doesn't have mono built in, and so I can just use the width thing in Ableton. I like to put percussive reverbs through mono for make them mono, because if it's a mono sound, you sort of just thicken it, whereas if you put a stereo reverb on it, it immediately sounds like you've put reverb on it, which is not a bad thing, but you might not want width at this stage. So blah blah blah. Where is it? Why is hybrid reverb? I need to sort through my stuff again because hybrid isn't here. I could have typed it in by now. It's not there, is it? I've not put it in there. Hybrid. I put it in sound design, but it's more like an essential thing, so I don't know why it's in there. Anyway. And then the thing I don't like about hybrid reverb is it feels like there's not enough presets on it. And you can't load them up from a directory within the plugin itself, which is I think that's really annoying, but they're not going to change it, are they? So see how that sounds better already, but that's not the Let's go for a small ambient. A bit of air, because it was so dead before. It's what that sounds like. It sounds good. Maybe small ambience changes it a bit much. What about... Okay, that'll do for now. Okay, that's our drum break. Now we need bass. Actually, no, you could do an intro first. First, before anything else. Just so this, I knew I was going to be doing this on this stream today, so it's just going to be me making loads of drone sounds. It's got to be done. It's part of the process. I could use, well, probably might end up using presets. But what kind of sound do I want? Something that's disturbing slightly. How would you make a disturbance that's unnerving, maybe? Well. Something with some pitch bend in it, so it's a bit... so it lacks consistency. No. Why am I trying to find words? It helps to define before making a sound sometimes. My other way of doing it is just hammering away at stuff until a good sound comes out. Also, I will, before we continue, I will put rolling sampler on the master before the limiter, because this magic thing, Ableton already has it built in. You can just resample anything, you just add a track of audio track and then resample and press record and solo the thing and it'll do it. But the reason why I like rolling sampler to do it is because you can just kind of like highlight any bit of audio whenever. You can do it retroactively. This has got a 90-second buffer, so if I make any sound by accident, which some of the best sounds are done by, then I can just go, oh, I've got that now, and just highlight it, drag it in. Best £12 I ever spent on a plugin, probably. Save, big time saver, and saver of universe, because it can go back in time, and if you missed something. Is saver of the universe a good way of describing that? I think it is. Maybe saving the universe is not what you think. It's not Flash Gordon. Pex, how are you now? I've got some spare time, I have. Maybe not much more though, maybe 15 minutes. In fact, should I say get chips now? Yeah, I probably should actually, but oh, my phone fell out of my pocket. So if I send this message, I might be able to like save even more time. Chippy chips. If I just put that as a message, that might buy me time. they they've kind of stopped getting better. I've become more accustomed to it, but my tinnitus, my already existing tinnitus, is sometimes so loud. I've not been sleeping the best, and I keep thinking the tinnitus has gotten worse because there's been no improvement. I don't know what's going on behind my ear. Have I fractured my ossicles? Have they come detached from the eardrum? I still can't hear over 9 kilohertz. Everything sounds underwater still, including my own voice. My own voice sounds just like all I can hear is the low end of it in my head, really loud. So people are always going, "What?" Like I must be speaking really quiet, like normally. So yeah, I'm just still a bit concerned about it, and now I've got a doctor appointment. Hopefully they'll refer me to ENT, and they'll scan it or something and go, "Oh yeah, it's this old thing that always happens." And it's just like, there's like problems that can happen, and they sometimes it's surgery. I don't know why I'm dreading that. I just want my hearing back. I don't want it to get worse. But yeah, it's good enough. I can still work. Thanks for asking anyway, mate. As long as I can hear groove, I can hear hi-hats as well. I think the important part of the hi-hat, I used to think the most important part of a hi-hat or a cymbal was the air, like above 9 kilohertz or 10 kilohertz or whatever. But I used to not shame, what's the word? Snobbery at mini discs. Do you remember mini discs? I never had one. And I was like, oh, it only can record and play back at 16 kilohertz, which was enough. It would have been enough for like most people's hearing. I was like, no, it's got to be CD. And so I had to wait for years for a device that could just record things. Yeah, that fits in your pocket. Sir Carto. What's this all-in-one mastering plugin? Ozone. I've used Ozone 8. Yeah, because it's like a suite of plugins, and it's all there's like an option on it where you can just let it listen to like a minute's worth of your tune, or not even a minute, it's like 30 seconds or something, and it will try and do an automatic mastering job on your tune. It will set the plugins up how it thinks it can solve whatever problems it's identified, and that kind of I've used it, and it kind of gives you a clue as to, it's not AI, it's kind of just scanning a thing, and it's pre-programmed. I guess most people think of that as AI, but it's listening and trying to correct like overpowered frequencies or whatever. And yeah, so it's good to see what a machine thinks the settings should be for your EQ and compressor and stuff. And yeah, it may even make your master sound better. But if you listen to the best mastering engineers in the world and what they have to say and the way they work, they'll say the most you can do mastering with just an EQ and a compressor or a limiter. If your source material is good enough, you can get most of the way there, because the best mastering engineers in the world are usually handed really good material to begin with, so they don't have to make massive changes, and that's what you want the mastering engineer to do, is just small tweaks just to balance it relative to all the music that's come before it in that genre or that type of music. It's like a subtle job they should be doing. So if you're making him work harder, then you should solve whatever those problems are in the mix. You should go back to the mix. This is what I do. I always go back to the mixing. It's usually the problem areas. I'm trying to tame harshness finished the track almost, and I've gone to the mastering stage, and the mid highs are sounding harsh almost every time. And so I'll just put 3 dB cut, which is quite a lot for a master to do. And it makes it sound flatter. I mean, it makes it sound more listenable at high volume, but it doesn't solve the problem. The problem is usually a snare and another sound with mid highs are like conflicting, and you've tried sine chaining and that doesn't quite work. And so yeah, I would always go back to the mixdown stage and try and solve it there. But then don't let that stop you releasing the tune. Release it anyway. Do your best, release it, because it's about the music first and foremost. You want to get it out and see how the music does. The mix down, people can just, if it's harsh on people's ears, they'll just turn it down a bit on the stereo. Yeah, that's something to always remember. You're not a Hollywood, or Hollywood. I don't know why I say Hollywood. You're not like a major on a major record label, are you? So you're not surrounded by engineers and engineering knowledge and all this. So you just kind of like, if you like the music, but there's just one little bit of harsh problem, just try and solve it. Do the best you can and put it out. That's not what you asked me, but all-in-one mastering. Yeah, the only one I've used that kind of tries to do it is Ozone 8. There's probably loads more out there, but I do my mastering now with just like I always have a Pro L. Like, just, you don't even need to use Pro L. The limiter in Ableton is really good. It's gotten better as well. So all you need is limiter and EQ. Just a limiter to stop the peaks going over 0, and an EQ and then just use your ears, and always use reference material in your genre to try and get it to sound. Do A and B every few seconds to try and just get the overall sound like your reference. Hope that helps. Circato TL67, thank you for following. Send you a DM. All right. When did you send that? Sorry, Pex. Have I missed that? Because I check. Now I do live streams, I get like lots of things sent to me over different platforms, and I think sometimes I miss stuff. I hope I haven't missed it. I'm sorry if I have. Fruity Loops. This is Ableton. Ill Quill. I like that name. Sonic Sound. How you doing? MCSAS. Thanks for following. Master Plan. All right, okay. I've never heard of that. I'll just quickly check that out. It's a VST. Music Hack. All right, mid-high. Okay, it's got EQ on it. It's got a loudness, which was probably going into a limiter of like a type of limiter. Also, there is like a really advanced. It's not really. I mean, I saw, not an eyesore. I saw. What's his name? D&B producer. He does tutorials on YouTube. It would help if I knew his name. I saw him use this plugin. Newfangled Elevate. It's to get has a mastering tool, and to get maximum loudness at the end. But he was making D&B, so there's a lot of room for squeezing the most out of all the frequencies, and it distorting just a little bit. But yeah, transient emphasis on the master. It's got a spectral clipper, so it's how many bands? 26 bands, all with their own clipper and transient designer on, and the overall sound is louder. So that's good if you make super loud music like D&B. But it has a giant latency, so you don't want to use that until you're absolutely certain you're mastering and you want to get like super loud luffs, which, you know, it's not always the best pursuit. I think the vibe of the track is always the most important thing, especially in D&B or any music. You want the vibe to be right. You want your build up. You want to build tension, and then you want to release that tension in the drop. That's the most important thing. That's what people love, especially in D&B. That's what D&B is all about. The mix is like secondary. Because another thing is if you play something that's not mixed great in a club, but the vibe is really good, you won't really hear it because it's usually so loud. Like usually the sound system will sort of compensate for it in the way that sound pressure works and human ears work at really loud volumes. It's sort of like EQs itself. So there's another reason to always go for vibe. Spend more time on the vibe, or spend time making 10 different vibes and pick the best one and mix that one, because you don't know what's a good vibe because you're biased. Sorry, where was I going? Master plan. Yeah, okay, so master plan. I've never tried it. It looks like it could simplify things quite a lot. Yeah. Like, and give you clues. Like if it didn't sound good once you've tweaked it through there, then it would be like, oh, I've got to go back to the mix. Like that could actually be useful. Yeah. Oh, it's only just now, Pex. Yeah, okay. I will listen to that when the babbas are in bed. Thanks for sending it. Master plan is creating CPU. Nice one, Sonic Sound. Olaretu. Thanks for following. Cyclop. Yes, I have now. I tried it the other day. Yeah. Hi, Jay. Jay, not seen you for a bit. How you doing? Yeah, all good. My hearing still isn't 100% back, but a lot better now. Leco VST. What? Super soft. No, I don't know it. What is it? Can you describe it? Because I don't know if I've got the right thing here. Yeah, Cyclop. I tried it the other day. I'm definitely in for any plugin that can help me do quicker and more amazing sounding bass variations. And I thought, oh, Cyclop. So I thought, what I'm going to do is get Cyclop, which is free, and throw in a wav of a resampled bass that I want to do a variation of. So I did that, and it does like these 5 spectral maps of it, and you can just cycle through it and change aspects of it. It gave me a usable bass, not in the way I expected it would, but yeah, the settings on it are really weird and interesting. I saw Nest Acoustics use it on TikTok, and you've probably Sonic Sound. I think you've probably recommended this before. Yeah, resynthesis. Yeah, Nest Acoustics uses it for like pad, like synth wave kind of sounds, which it looks best. Actually, let's use it now. Yeah, because I'm trying to make an intro at the moment with like a strange sounding intro. I don't know what sound to feed into it though. But yeah, let's do it. Zyklop. And the logo for it is like this one-eyed woman. Can I run Serum standalone? I believe you can. I believe there is a standalone for it, yeah. Ilquill, thank you for following. Okay, so It has a default sound. And a massive reverb. Let's choose, I mean, these are presets. How shall I roll the dice? Or press that? It is amazing for a free plugin. This is just like a treat. Let's change the main ADSR. This is the level of spooky where I want. Harry Potter, Mr. Valentine. Where do you get this? Cyclop is Dawson. Yeah, is it Dawson? Pretty sure that's them. Yeah. Yeah, and the only way to, I think the only way to get it is by downloading their, oh wait a minute, this website looks different. I mean, I kind of want to try all these as well, because this is so good. Love. Where's this? There's something called Love here. Cyclop, yeah, more, so we get it. So when I press download, oh, it's doing it this time. So I downloaded this Cyclop, yeah. I downloaded a whole like plugin downloader to download it. I probably didn't have to. And it, yeah. But anyway, yeah, Dawson is. Dawson. Anyway, back to spookiness. So this might not be the best way to demonstrate this, but let's change. Adds, wait. Makes it more saw-like. Yeah, it's not. Let's let's duplicate this. Save this for later, and I just want to show. Turn it off. It's probably better for pads, this. Okay. That's quite a good sound to kind of change the timbre. Timbre? Is it timbre or timbre? Will it work with Fruity Loops? Yes, it's a VST. VST3. I'm assuming Fruity Loops can run VST3s. So, more saw-like. Mangling the phase to produce a string-like timbre. Yeah, there's these. Yeah. Where it gets interesting is, let's go to the init. If we drop a sample into it, any sample, and it will scan it. Question is, what sample? Piano. Let's go through piano, because that would be really weird. I want to see how it handles it. Piano. Drop that. I don't know. There's two different algorithms, I think. Resynthesize. Pianos are like really hard to synthesize, so I'm not expecting a miracle here. Harry, I do not play techno. and I don't really make techno. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I make 4/4 stuff, and I don't know what it is. If on my SoundCloud, it's some of my previous releases. I've just called it electronica, but some might say it's techno. I don't know, but it's not my specialty. Probably, well, anything at 140 at the moment, and D&B, jungle, and just whenever I try and make IDM or whatever you want to call it, yeah, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't come out as a genre. I suppose that's what I do. Yeah, IDM is kind of like in want of a better name. It's not as more intelligent than anything else. I like the brain dance, but that's gone. That era is gone. And it didn't catch the name. Brain dance didn't catch on. I could try and bring it back. Did I? Okay, here's the piano sound. That's weird, isn't it? So it cycles round. It's kind of like a wavetable the way it's done it. But that's controlled by this LFO. So if we speed up the LFO, it might sound more like a piano. Speed up more. So yeah, that fades between the spectral layers, which is, see what I mean? It's like a really unique. And this is only my second go on it, so I've just got to see how. I'll probably have more goes on it. The resonator. Let's put some big reverb on it. Solve. Shimmer. It's not the start of a garage tune, is it, that? So I get too drawn into making synthy sounds and then going, oh, this isn't what I was making. I'm making. That's a good sound. I should probably save it. Okay, and this is a good opportunity to learn the saving procedure. Save. Give it a name. Not garage. And save. And then how do I load it up again? Browse. User. Not garage, there it is. Okay, so it's got all the presets there, and then you can narrow it down. Let's go for some brass. See what the brass preset sounds like. Because brass is another really hard one for synthesizers to nail. If you've got like a big analog setup, analog synth, what's it called? Modular synth. Even then, you can get the sort of the splatteriness of the brass, but it's still really hard sound to get. Okay. This would be good for, yeah, like making a sci-fi TV show from the 80s, 70s. Get carried away, yeah. Yeah, the rest, yeah, and then so that's it. You can just like use one of those sounds and go, right, now the rest of the track has to follow that sound. And you just end up making this big epic synthy kind of thing. Acoustic audio two. Oh, I can't remember that now. Acoustic audio. Wrong browser. Oh, wait a minute. Thing 2. Oops. Should do it on this browser really. Get the music instance of Chrome. Acoustica audio boom thing 2. All right. Boom, 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 boom. So I think I'm going to use it's freezing. It's free. Right. Yeah, that's the it's good synth to learn on that. If you didn't know, I should probably recommend stuff like this to people starting out on synthesis in it, because that's what all synths are built on usually, is a tap decay release filter, some oscillators before it, LFOs, yeah. I wonder what it sounds like. I would hope it sounds pretty analog. Ah, probably is then. So this sound. Don't Go In There, it's called. It's hard. I don't know quite know what to do with that. Chris Whitmarsh, thanks for following. Should we listen? Should we listen to the bass? TH2. The 2. Boom, boom, boom. Definitely sounds like what I'd expect the sounds, yeah. That's what I expect from an analog synth. I used to have an SH09, Roland SH09. I don't know how many times it had changed hands by the time I got it. And I was sad to let it go, but it took up loads of space. And yeah, my studio's never been quite big enough for. Oh, I did have a 24-track mixing desk, an analog one, and went in crazy debt for a second. Sold it, and it was just looked crazy in my small room. There's not enough room. Yeah, sounds good. It's amazing what you can get for free now, isn't it? Let's load up the atmosphere. That's what I want. Definitely not. Garage. Okay, dark garage. I'm working. This is why it's good to start with an intro, because doing it the other way around. Oh, drones here as well. The presets take a while to load, but there's probably they're probably quite big. If it needs to remember to load up the spectra, 5 different spectra, 5 different waveforms essentially, or 5 different wavetables. Yeah, it's great, isn't it? It's great. Oh. Alright, this is what we're going to go with. to go with something, right? You can always reuse this beat if it doesn't work out. Okay. So do an overtone over that. Some kind of like pad lead thing. Nope. With browse. String. So that LFO2 is changing the position. Maybe a bit fast. So slow the LFO down. Do you know what? I love Boards of Canada. I love the vibe. That's the way those two harmonise with each other makes me want to do a slow track. But the rule is everything is at 140. So maybe I could. What happens if I half the speed? I always get that one. This is what happens. Loop. This might help me doing this because I did want to do something that's at 140, but it sounds really slow that I can drop in. As long as it's got wobs in it, so this would be the intro. As long as I can bring some wobs in and have a little drop. I know it's not Boards of Canada vibe then, but it is something else, something different. I don't know. I love different. let's just do like an urban bass right now, in want of a better name. Just a nice simple sub with a harmonic, one harmonic in like 2 octaves above, just 2 sine waves. That's it. Just to keep it simple. Insert MIDI track. Thanks. They're supposed to be twice the speed. But it works at slow, doesn't it? It works at half speed. So now we're going to go to Serum, obviously, to do a bass quickly. A droney, not a drone bass. I don't know what you call it. It's always got a pitch on it. See if I can do it without listening. Done it this many times. I've done it so many times. 2 saw waves, both randoms turned down. This one is at 2 octaves above. We're gonna. Oh, it's already set up. My default preset already has LFO1 as a master tune. What happened to my Zoom? There it is. We're still running. It's all good. Bass. Kind of like that. And a bit of wobble as well. So LFO2 can be assigned to master tune. Again. Soul. I don't know if you can hear that on the phone, actually. The harmonics should just reach like the bottom end of a phone, 200 hertz. Maybe I should play it higher. Or introduce some, yeah, like a triangle. Wasn't the plan. Okay. To do. It's G, so I think it's in G, and A is the harmonic, A sharp. I don't know what it is yet. It's got a name. They've all got names. The harmonies, types, things. So that's 1, 2. One like 3 above, so. Doesn't suit it, but I'm going to record it in anyway and see and deal with that later. try it. Ben Prophet, how you doing? Boss man back on the beats. Is that you? Thanks. Have you been busy on the beats yourself, Ben? B. See, this could work if it had its own texture, because this is extremely textural. There needs to be some texture here because it's too dry. New EP out, yeah, self-release or on label. I know. It was really bad. I had a cold, and I think it was flu actually, because it was just Christmas Day. I couldn't eat anything. Like our mate made his Christmas dinner because we were both too ill, and he put it out, and it's just the biggest plate of dinner, and I couldn't fucking eat it. It was really bad, and then I got an ear infection. 2 days later, I had to go to A&E because the pain was just ridiculous. This eardrum burst. Yeah, it's pus leaking out of it. I got given antibiotics, and my hearing's still not come back yet fully. It sounds like I've got cotton wool in my ears, and I can't hear above 9 kilohertz. And it's a bit. I can get on with stuff now because my hearing has come back a bit, but it's not getting any better now for like a week. So I need a referral to ENT to try and fix my ears. I don't know what's wrong with them. Yeah, it was awful. I thought it was just a bad cold that I just managed to suffer really badly, like I used to when I was younger. But no, it almost definitely was this weird flu. Did yours turn into an infection too? Oh my god, is it better now? Lo-fi, yeah, yeah, and just make sure I watch the spectrum analyzer so that nothing's going out of control. But yeah, no, it's kind of a revelation to have the very high end cut off of stuff, because it kind of makes you focus on, especially for mixing, it's made me focus on harshness. I mean, if my ears sound really weird, like some frequencies make it, whatever's going on behind my eardrum, there's some frequencies make it kind of shake, like if there's wax in it. I don't know what the hell it is, infected material. I don't know what the hell is going on, but I don't know if my ossicles are fractured or broken or come detached from the eardrum. I don't know what's. I can still hear, so I don't know what it is. But yeah, it has been a bit of a revelation. It's helped me to mix some of my tunes a little bit differently, but I can't trust them. I couldn't trust them anyway. My ears, because I've got tinnitus as well. It's made my tinnitus super loud though, because everything's really quiet. There's not much sound actually getting through to the cochlea. My tinnitus is just, it sounds deafening. There's the relative to the sound coming in, the tinnitus is the loudest thing, especially at night. It is just super loud. At least, I mean, I live in a quiet part of the country, on the quiet estate, and it's super quiet here anyway. So even when my hearing was normal, my tinnitus I would hear it anyway. But for some reason, it's just super loud right now. Yeah, tinnitus. I had a good time in my 20s and 30s going to loud raves and free parties. But I've paid the price now, so I wear ear protection so I don't make it any worse. But my fear is this infection, because after I googled it, didn't I? And you can't. It's hard not to Google like, oh, I'm interested in how ears work and how the body works. But there's like, infections can permanently damage your hearing if they're not caught early enough, and I'm just like, shit, is that what's happened? I hope I get the above 9 kilohertz back, and I can hear better than this soon, because it's not the same. One of my senses, I don't know if this is just like an ADHD thing or whatever, like But you know, I think it's no, it's not an ADHD. This people possess this ability. It's like sonar, right? So when you're in the dark, you know when you're close to a wall or something's getting closer to you because your breathing echoes off the wall and into your ears, and that gets louder when you're near something, and that's like you know, so we all have the sonar. It's like sonar, isn't it? Or the same thing that bats have to fly around. That I haven't got that at the moment, and I've been walking into things, and I'm like, I need that sense back, please. I want that back. I don't want to lose that. That's really useful, especially when you just sneaking around in the dark. I don't know why I do that. I get stuff done, um, and not walk into things. It's a good sense. Cyberfilth year 2000. How are you? Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm making half speed atmospheric garage. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's not garage. So yeah, some kind of texture behind there would be great. Cheers, Cyberfilth. Um, Texture. I see. Serum is my go-to to solve every problem and to make every new sound, but I don't think it can do texture. Like, what can do texture though? That's a digital thing. Like, there's loads of texture presets in like loads of synths. Um, like I'm just thinking of that Sesco tune, Super Stealth, and in the drop you hear this kind of. It sounds like Foley. It sounds like a few different bits of Foley, but there's this one bit. It just sounds like running water super quietly in the background. And it's got like a volume LFO, like to 16th or 8th. But I'm like, my Foley collection is unorganized, so I'm not gonna like just go through loads of WAVs right now. I suppose I could try and fake it with like brown noise. That's not the same, is it? It's brown noise doesn't have those accidental like nature moments that you don't hear until you record it and play it back. Uh, you can, but then you gotta like cycle through it. It suits making sort of definite noises, but you know, like textures are different, aren't they? Don't know. I suppose like, you could just have a noise texture that you cycle through a wavetable, but that would be more. It'd be less noisy. It'd be less random. So I guess maybe that's what I want, is something random. Yeah. Oh, okay. So I could try. Oh, do you know what? I've remembered. I know what I use. I'm also starting to use. I'm going to save this, by the way, before I forget. I think it were on a whole new name as well. I'm going to use Granulator, because Granulator 3 in Ableton is really good. What I'm looking for here. It's a pain in the bum, is what it is. Windows 11 File Explorer is fucked. Doesn't work properly. Splurge, here we go. So yeah, we're on two different letters now. Word finder, what comes after M, and N. Generate words. Nibs. Nick. Nolo. Nympho. Any words beginning with N to start this whole new so I need to choose one quick, but I always want to spend a little bit more time choosing the first name. Nougat. Good suggestion. Good suggestion. That's a bit long. I'm trying to go for something a little bit shorter. No way. Used to express emphatic negation. Huh. Nape. What's a nape? All right, back of a person's neck. That's a good one. I like it. Do you know why I like that? It's because it's related to music. So good music makes the hairs and back of your neck stand up. So there's a link there. I love that. Yeah, nape. It's going to be nape. Thank you, the brains. Good shout. So nape, and then the first letter of the alphabet, A, we need, because it's going to be the first. So we go back here. Apotheosize. No one ever says that. Oh yeah, he apotheosized. He just totally apotheosized that. Ambulant. Oh, I like that. Ambulant, moving or walking about. That's mad. I've never even heard that word. Where am I going? Cool. Right, it won't take that long the second time. So now we're going to load Granulator. Granulator 3. It's not my go-to grain plugin. My go-to one is Grain Scanner, but they've stopped supporting it. And it's a bit buggy. But it does have like 127 grains. It's insane. But yeah, it's like got memory bugs. From what I can tell, it takes a long time to load in a project. Anyway, let's throw something that's the best sort of stuff to throw in here. I know. I'll throw in these beats. do that. Straight in there. Let's see what magic we can play. Cloud. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe that's not the best source material, but let's just see in comparison what I could have got out of the kind of broken grain scanner, because you could throw see how long it's taken to load, and it's broke. Let's go solo this. Grab that again and drag it to here. Are we getting any sound this? Oh no, terrible. There's no sound coming out of it. There we go. Again, no sound. Position. Oh, come on. You won't even let me change tabs. Okay. So at the moment we've got one layer. We've put it to 128 layers. I have not seen any other grain sampler that can do this. It's obviously going to be loud. To make it sound less robotic, we have these options. See, it's a bit more, it's got a bit more texture in it. That's the thing about this plugin. But I was not expecting that. Wait, if I automate that pitch, see, it's got a modulation matrix in there. This is why I love this plugin so much. It's just, I've contacted Ableton saying, can you fix it? Because, you know, I bought it and it doesn't work anymore. Used to work in Ableton Live 10 and a little bit in 11. Oh, cheers to Brains. Thanks, I will get you back on there. Mod 1. Oh no, pitch. Matrix. Oh, mod 1 has to actually be moving. So we have to put a sine wave in. See, it's a lot of fun. So we're going to grab that and we're going to use this and we're going to feed it back into another grain scanner. The same one duplicated, and we're going to just swap the wave to this resampled bit. And things can get quite interesting at this point. Processor is on what so far? See, it keeps glitching. So drag this back in. Oh wait, not back in. Hang on a minute. We need to check it actually goes in. Right, there's our broken wave form. I'm going to drag this in now. Way, right. So it's the same. Whoa. We'll get rid of the pitch mod for a minute. Yeah, this maybe isn't the right material because now it's just noise now. There's no like tonal bit to it because I fucked with the pitch, so it's just like up and down. How do you turn a reverb off? It has reverb turned on by default. There it is. So this thing is random. Actually, it says it there. Random variation of the layers. So it, rather than them all playing the same pitch, it plays each one of the grains at a slightly different starting point. So you don't get the robot sound. But if you turn it all the way down, you can reintroduce some pitch. And this is random variation in also pitch because it's the duration of each grain. So let's try and tune it. Do you reckon we can match the pitch of the envelope? The modulators. Down saw. 3. Retrig. One shot. Yeah, that's the one we want. One shot. I'm only going to map that to pitch. I think we want to not move pitch, but actually move duration. None, duration, mod 2. Yeah, well. One way of creating textures anyway, but yeah. Cyberfilth just subscribed. Didn't know you had a YouTube. Yeah, thank you. All my lives go out on there as well. They can take away our apps, but they can't shut us down. I mean, the live on, well, actually TikTok, the way TikTok does everything is better than any app out there. I've tried every single app. No one does it the same. It's making me laugh. It's good. Sounds ill. The attack is quite slow for some reason. Oh, because of the position it starts at is 9% the way through. Just there, isn't it? Just tweak that a bit. 's experimental. I'm going to grab the waveform of it. It's always a good thing to do now, just in case we lose. Or something changes in this plugin, this slightly buggy. I mean, I'm already wanting to change how fast it descends. See if we can take a edge off there. Try these things out, aren't you? Yeah, I'll follow you back, Cyberphil. The drop is, yeah, that's just one idea for a bass anyway. It could all change. But at this point, I'm getting stuck, so I think I might move on, start a new. I like the intro, I like how the synth intro turned out. Anyway, I won't listen to it again, I will bounce it. Oh, anyway, that's good timing because I've got to go. Yeah, the baby's on the way back now, and I've got to put some food in the other oven, or they're gonna have a very late bed time. So I think I'll be back on later. I think I'll be back on at sort of usual night time-ish, which is kind of a bit earlier these days. 9-ish, 10-ish, something like that. But, thanks for watching. I'll be following you back and listening to tunes in a bit. I'll see you later. See you soon. Take care. Have a nice dinner. Oops. Oops a daisy. Try again. End.